Hi folks, Steven here. So I'm sure a lot of you are playing Pokemon Go, and to be honest, the thing I find most interesting so far has sort of been the reaction and coverage from the non-gaming press. You know, they can have a reputation sometimes when they cover these sorts of events as being kind of clueless or not having much to add. But in this case, I've actually been able to find a few pieces of information that I think are actually add something of value to the discussion. So there's a little list up here. However, this video isn't really about that. What it's actually about is something that I haven't heard from the mass media, the gaming media. I don't know that I've heard from anyone else, but sort of a connection I've drawn between Pokemon Go and sort of the origin of Pokemon, by which I mean actually the childhood of Satoshi Tajiri, the co-creator of the franchise. So if you didn't know, he obviously grew up in Japan, and as a young child he would go explore the area around him, primarily looking for bugs. And this sort of search and other stuff sort of became sort of the basis for a lot of things in Pokemon. And if you take a look at the Pokemon franchise, obviously the main series games have been based on real-world locations. The first couple of regions are based on areas of Japan, then we have New York, France, and now with Sun and Moon coming up, we have Hawaii as a basis for a region. But of course it had to be very abstract because of limitations. But now with Pokemon Go, what we have is we have basically a one-to-one correlation where you can literally go around your neighborhood or wherever else you happen to be and look for these creatures, which sort of ties back, like I said, to what Satoshi Tajiri did during his childhood and what eventually led him to co-create the Pokemon franchise. And that similarity got me thinking. Now, obviously, Pokemon Go is a business proposition. It's out there to make money. But I think there might be a secondary goal here. And that might actually be to get people, out into the world and sort of get them to maybe appreciate their surroundings and maybe get inspired, perhaps even to create video games in the future. You never know. It's definitely a stretch as an idea, but to me it's interesting. And I'd like to know what your thoughts are. So, you can do that in the usual ways. You can either give us a comment on this video or drop us an email. I'm really interested to know if you've had an experience like this or had something you've either learned to appreciate about your area or something else like that. All right, folks, thanks. Hi again, folks. One more thing. Want to let you know that last weekend I went to a pre-release for Steam Siege, the latest Pokemon TCG set, and just recently I got up a written interview with Glenn Aussie, one of the local players here in the Madison area. We talked about the set, how he got into Pokemon. Turns out he actually also has a son who plays, and it's a pretty good story there, so I will put up a card, and you can check out that article. Alright folks, thanks.